Blessings gonna find me, yeah. Oh yeah. Favor gonna find me, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I miss say money gonna find me, yeah, yeah. Blessings gonna find me, yeah. Oh na 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 na.
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to the My Curvy Life Show with none other than your girl, Miss Fonda, coming to you, and also bringing you greetings from my co-hosts, Miss Latanya and Lasagna Jones. It's a pleasure to have you guys tuning in on today. I'm so thankful for all of you. You know, we are all better together, and nothing happens without you. All right. Remember, it takes a village, y'all. It takes a village. I just wanted to come in on this lovely night. We're going to have a small, short show on today. I am going to be your special guest. I just have some information I wanted to share with you and just kind of want to talk a little bit about compassion. But first, I want to make a couple of announcements and kind of let you know my endeavor here for the next Hunger Feed, which will be happening this month and also throughout next month of May. I believe I'm going to stretch it across April and May because I'm going to be doing something a little bit different here in Charlotte. And I'm not sure if I'm going to have that double feed. I'm going to have to talk to my contact there in Omaha and see if she is still able to make that happen. However, don't worry about it because it is going to be done. I am going to definitely be doing a hunger feed. And what I am thinking of doing, based off of what I've seen here in Charlotte, it's a lot of homeless that kind of hangs on the interstate intersections, you know, like when you're turning to go on the interstate, there's a lot of interstate here, y'all. And there's always people homeless that are collecting and asking for funds or asking for help in the interstate intersections. Also, a lot in the parking lot of grocery stores. And a little bit more than I'm used to seeing, but I'm like, you know, maybe giving out sack lunches to those individuals. They do have a lot of churches here that provide food on certain days of the week, but if you're able to get there is the question. And I believe a lot of them that are homeless are not able to get to those establishments because they're always in the surrounding areas that I drive by. So what I am going to start doing, guys, is I'm going to start taking sack lunches with me for the next month or so between April and May. And that is going to be my hunger feed. I'm going to give, instead of giving out money, like, you know, I normally do, I'm going to give a sack lunch. All right. I'm going to keep those when I'm leaving the home. I'm going to, you know, maybe take about 10 sack lunches because I, like, again, know certain areas of where the hangouts are, you know, while I'm in my car. And so I'm going to just hand those sandwiches out. It's been amazing. Some of the homeless people that I've run into, a lot of them ask for prayer. You know, I'll bless them, you know, with whatever I have. And they'll ask for prayer. You know, they'll say, hey, thank you so much. Will you please pray for me? And I think that's so important, is that we have compassion. And that's what I wanted to talk about tonight was compassion, guys. Having compassion for others. A lot of times, you know, I think we think selfishly. You know, as long as we're okay, as long as our family's okay, then everything is great. But it's not easy to always have compassion. I will say that. I've had some experiences where, you know, I have, you know, had compassion for someone or some, you know, some people, and they totally like just didn't appreciate it at all. You know, didn't appreciate it at all. And, you know, I feel like that compassion, you know, was kind of wasted, you know, and Maybe that's not a way to feel, but that's just how I felt. And I realized that, I always say to myself, there's a millions and millions of people out here in the world, millions of people out here in the world. And if a certain brand don't, flow, there's other people out here that will. Somebody has to have compassion for those that are less fortunate. And I know that I've been one of the ones chosen to do that. And everybody doesn't have that like mind. Everybody doesn't have that niche to want to do that. And what I had to realize is, and one of the deacons from my church that I attended for years told me, if you want to do it, don't expect nobody else to always do it. You do it. He said, you do it. And, that kind of stuck with me. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. It's a little bit different for me. I'm used to, setting up and, having an actual feed. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to be that person that carries, sack lunches in my car with me while I'm driving around town in this city. And if I see homelessness, I'm going to reach that sack or that sandwich sack lunch out to them and offer them that. And that is going to be the hunger feed for April and May. And I will pick days that I feel it's best to do that. I will be doing some videotaping if I can, because it's hard to try to do that drive and all of that. But I do plan to do some video, and just to kind of let you know the guys that contribute into this feed, just to let you know what's happening, how it's going. Now, this is something that I want to have ongoing, guys. I do. I want to continue to have this ongoing. I'm going to do a test run and see how it goes. I had a wonderful opportunity to work with a brother here in Charlotte. His name is Rayvon Nichols, and I'm going to have him on the show here soon. But what I love about Brother Rayvon, I'm going to call him Brother Rayvon because he's all about Jesus. He is a street evangelist. That means he goes around to different areas of this community and he preaches the word of God. He has a megaphone, and he also has a license. You have to get, license and everything to be able to do that. And what he does is he goes into those places that, everybody wouldn't probably go into. And he preaches the word of God. He is an evangelist, and he also serves in the homeless. He has his, I don't know exactly what it's called, but it's a license that you have to be able to get food from organizations, to help, feed the homeless. And he does that. And when I came here, it was really, well, I had been coming here visiting, and I met him from a church that I'm locally going to here. And he said he had that ministry. And I told him, I said, well, when I moved to when I moved to Charlotte, when I come from Omaha and I move here to Charlotte, I want to be a part of this ministry that you have as far as helping to feed the homeless. And he has been amazing. It took him a minute. He gonna tell you in the clip, but it took him a minute to get me like involved. But I am now involved. I am considered to be his executive or his secretary or administrative assistant, whatever you want to call me, and just helping him get some organization with having his hunger feeds, his street ministry, and different things of that nature. So I am like amazed how, I feel like when you have a purpose and a calling to do a thing, God will open up a door no matter where you are, and could let you continue to be able to do what your purpose is for that he wants you to do. And he has given me a compassion for what I do. And I do realize that everybody's not going to be falling in with me to do it. And that's okay. because I believe that he will put you with like-minded people. He will put like-minded people. He will send the funds. He will allow you all the means that you need to have in order to accomplish your purpose. And I thank God for compassion. I do. I really thank God for compassion, because I will say, I'm not going to say I never had it when I was growing up, but I always seek to have somebody care, somebody to care, at what state that I was in and how I was thinking. I just wanted someone to care. So now I have the ability and I'm able to care for others. And so that's what my endeavor is to care for and help those that are less fortunate. So I'm going to share a little clip. I want you guys to all meet Mr. Rayvon Nichols. He is, first of all, let me tell you a little bit about him. He is hilarious, first of all. His personality is so bubbly. You're talking about Southern hospitality, Southern, that just good people. That's Brother Rayvon here. And I just enjoy him. He has a charismatic personality, but he's funny and he means what he does. And that's what I love about it. He took me on a tour here in Charlotte of the homeless areas. And he is very well known in the homeless community because he takes care of them. He looks out for them. They respect him. And so I'm going to show you a little clip of me being with him this weekend and just being able to serve and help him with his event. It was an absolute amazing event. It was a bowling event. And I was his assistant. I sat at the front desk, took the payments or the donations. Also, I gave and put the bracelets on for those that wanted to bowl. There was refreshments. It was really a nice event, and I was happy to be a part of it. It actually touched my heart because I was able to be a part of something that, of my purpose. So I'm going to show you a couple of clips. I had to split it in two, but we'll do them back to back here and just kind of let you in on what went on this past weekend.
My Curvy Life on the Go.
Everybody, this is My Curvy Life on the Go. And I am here with the one and only Mr. Rayvon Nichols. He has a ministry, outreach ministry, which is called Jesus Saves. Yeah. He has a lovely van. I love it. He's been a blessing in so many ways. He, guys, was the maestro or the host of last night's fundraising event. And I just kind of want him to say something to you guys and tell you a little bit about his ministry and what he does here in the community of the Charlotte or the North Carolina surrounding areas. Brother Rayvon.
I am the seventh born of 8 children. Mother was evangelist, father was a Sunday school teacher. I got a whole lot of spanking because I was a bad little boy. But my parents loved the Lord, and I didn't want to believe in this Jesus, but one day he came into my heart, and I knew the God that my parents had been teaching me about. And my life ain't never been the same, and the joy is so amazing. I can't keep it to myself. I gotta go and tell somebody, look, I'm so excited. He filled me with so much. I want the world to know. So I'm just fortunate that she came into the city because I'm out here working in the vineyard all by myself. We had this amazing event last night. Now, I didn't know who I was gonna get to help, but she said, brother, I promise I'm gonna be there for you. And I gave her the wrong direction, but she finally got there. She was on time. Thank God for people that to come on time with the wrong direction. She took up the money, and she was such a great help. And I just thank God for her. She got a heart to serve, and she's been serving, and she's been on me like a whip. Brother, take me to these places. Show me I want this work. I've been here for 2 months now. What you doing, brother? So I'm so excited. She's pushing me to do more for God. So you're going to be seeing us together a lot.
Now his love for God, and he wants to make sure He looks out for the homeless guys. The homeless community know him. And I've been having the pleasure of going around and getting introduced to the community, the homeless community. And so I'm looking forward to what's in store for this ministry, and whatever my hands find to do, y'all, I'm going to do. And helping those that are less fortunate. So, Brother Rayvon, thank you.
Thank
for
you.
introducing
Thanks for
yourself.
having me. God bless you.
Until we meet again,
Make sure you go to
peace.
church tomorrow. It's good Easter Sunday. You better be in church.
That's Brother Rayvon, guys. I just love his spirit. He's just real passionate about what he does, and you can only respect that. And so I'm looking forward to working with him further in the future, and building and networking and just getting more involved in this community. So this is a start for me, guys, and I'm very thankful and very excited to have this opportunity. And I thank God, for putting me with like-minded people, around like-minded people that love being and having compassion and being and helping those that are less fortunate. So I am definitely looking forward to that endeavor. But it was a very nice event. There were lots of donations for his event, and he put forth lots of effort, and it takes energy. And I know he worked hard to be able to have a successful event, and all praises and glory and honor unto God. There were some great donations that he received, and it was just amazing. And it just was like, wow, what it's amazing what can happen when people pull together. And, his ministry is more than just, feeding the homeless, but he actually advocates for the homeless. I mean, he has a street ministry. He teaches and preaches to them. He likes to play music and spirituals for them, gospel music. He also gives money on the go, because he's very known in the community. So it's nothing for someone that he knows to see him, and you know that they're in a bad way, and they'll ask him, he'll give them a few dollars, right on the spot. So he actually has a very special ministry. I would say it's a very special ministry, and I'm so glad to be a part of it, because I believe in having compassion and want to be a blessing, and being genuine with those that genuinely need us here in this world, in these communities. It's not just here in Charlotte, but wherever I am, I'm going to find, my hands are going to find to be able to work to do whatever needs to be done in that capacity. So I'm just thankful. And I'm looking forward to the future. I'm also going to be building my own, here, because I still have everything that I built in Omaha, but I'm going to just be relocating it to here to Charlotte. And my plan is to, once a year, when I come home to visit Omaha, I want to be able to have a feed when I'm there. And that's going to be something that I would like to work on. And of course, it takes a village, guys. It takes contributions. It takes like-minded people. It's not a one-person show. Everybody has to play a part in one way or the other, only if it's in your heart to do, because what you do for Christ, because this is all being done as unto the Lord. I do this as unto the Lord. What you do with Christ for Christ will last. Okay, it will last. And I've had, some experiences with talking with some of the homeless here. I spoke with a lady that I'm going to be trying to get a little bit more acclimated with the women's shelter here. And I was talking to her, and I was like, well, I plan on being back around April or May, to do something here. And she was like, ma'am, I don't want to be here in April, but thank you. She said, but I want to be, transitioned and moved on from this shelter. And I am going to ask everybody, even though I didn't get her name, but it was the lady that said she did not want to remain at that shelter by April. She wanted to be, by this month, she wanted to be transitioning over to her next level. So if we can all just say a prayer for her, whisper a prayer for her, that, you know, everything works out for her. And it's been like really amazing, some of the people that I've been able to bless here, because I do this thing, and I'm not going to say how much I give, but I keep a certain amount with me as much as I can as far as money goes. And I, you know, give as I see those people standing at the intersections and different things. And one day I was able to bless a young man, and actually he wasn't really young, but he was kind of older. And he goes, what he said to me, he said, "Thank you, ma'am." He said, "Please say a prayer for me." He said, "Please say a prayer for me." And I thought about that. And that is what's important. We have to pray, y'all. Times are changing. Things are all over the place. And it's an uncertainty to a certain degree. But I remember years ago, my bishop teaching us that God was our source. We are not our own source. It's God. So let's reach for God, y'all. Let's reach and pray for those that are struggling, that are less fortunate, that don't have anything. You know, it's amazing, you know, when I look at that and I'm like, man, that song that says, it's a song that says it could have been me outdoors with no food, no clothes. All right. But God has been blessing us. And we have to keep trusting him. I'm getting a little choked up. I'm sorry. We have to keep trusting him because, you know, we don't know, you know, what tomorrow holds. But if we have faith and trust in our Lord and Savior, that he's going to take us through, he's going to carry us and take care of us. We have to depend on him. I've always, I never have ever thought I'll make it happen. No, I don't make nothing happen. God make it happen. Okay. Now, yes, I have to put forth effort, do what I need to do. I had, you know, but when I was working, because I'm retired now, when I was working, I knew I had to work if I wanted income to come in, if I wanted to pay my bills, but it was God. Okay. It was God. So thank you guys for listening to me on this evening. We do have some special guests coming, y'all. I'm telling you, I'm going to be doing some interviews. I have some already booked, so keep your eyes and ears open. You know, this is about this show is about being a blessing to others, guys. This show is about reaching out and inspiring. And you know, when people come on here and they're sharing so that they could bless others. All right. They're sharing so that they can encourage others. So that is what it's all about here on the My Curvy Life show. And I plan to keep things rolling and getting even better, y'all, by the grace of God. I want to thank you guys for listening to me. Remember, pray for those that are less fortunate. Be compassionate, y'all. Be compassionate about others. You know, God sees all. Remember, he blesses and he sees all. So let's do what we know to do, which is have compassion. So with that being said, I want to thank you guys for listening to me. Thank you guys for growing my entities. I'm so thankful. I'm so appreciative of having my co-hosts. Them girls, they so fire. Man, they reach out so much and have so much love and compassion for people, y'all. Receive it, and give it back. Give it back to us. Okay. We love to receive love back. Just how we give love, we want to receive it back too. But the most important love of all is the love of God. So with that being said, I end the show tonight. Thank you guys. Keep your ears and eyes open because there's going to be some things, y'all, happening here in the future. I'm looking forward to taking you guys and letting you share with me my adventures that I'll be doing here in Charlotte and the surrounding North Carolina areas. So, hey, stay tuned. And until we meet again, peace.
Homeless Feed.